Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. Sheely again. Hopefully you made it through yesterday's math lesson. I know that was a tough one. The first day of doing regrouping can be really challenging, and I know that you hopefully got some rest last night to give your brain a little bit of a rest. So I wanted to come back today to practice the next worksheet with you to help you through some of these problems, because I know it can be tricky. So yesterday you finished this sum page where you added these numbers together. So the next page looks like this. Now, if you page ahead, you can see they all look kind of similar. So I want you to make sure that you're on the page that starts with the sum 58 plus 7. Now, I'm not going to go through and use place value blocks again, because that kind of took a long time to explain. And if you want to go back and review why we use the regrouping box and how those place value blocks help us find the sums, go back to the video from yesterday, okay? That video from yesterday was two-digit addition with regrouping video 1. So go back and watch that one again if you want to review that. Otherwise, we're just going to move forward and practice some of the problems on this worksheet. I'm going to do some with you so you can get the hang of it and then be able to finish the rest on your own. So we're going to start with 58 plus 7. Notice there isn't really a regrouping box here, so you can always take this work mat that I showed you how to use yesterday, and you can write 58 plus 7 in this work mat. Okay, so you could solve 58 plus 7 and use this work mat because it's got a regrouping box right there for you. So if you want to use your work mat, pause the video, go grab it. I'm going to keep going though to show you how you don't have to have this work mat and this regrouping box to be able to solve and use your own imaginary regrouping box. So 58 plus 7. We're going to start by adding our ones, okay? So I like this paper because it has boxes and it makes it easy to see. These are the ones, these are the tens. Now, since there isn't a regrouping box, there are boxes here, but I still like the visual of having a regrouping box to the side, so I'm just going to draw one, okay? So my sum is 8 plus 7. I know, because I'm really good at my facts, I've practiced for years and years and years, I know that 8 plus 7 is 15. And we talked about this yesterday. I can't put 15 in that box because you can only put one digit in each column. So what we did yesterday is we put 15 over here. The 1's going to go in the regrouping box. The 5's going to go down here. So 8 plus 7 equals 15. And now we finish by adding our tens. 1 plus 5, that equals 6. Notice that there's nothing here. This is where we have that imaginary 0 because we just did 58 plus 7. Okay, there's no tens. Okay, so 58 plus 7 equals 65. And that's it. So let's try it again with 36 plus 8. Okay, 6 plus 8, I know from practicing my facts that that's 14. 14 is bigger than 9. If it's 10 or bigger, I have to use a regrouping box because it's 2 digits. 6 plus 8 is 14. So I know I'm going to use a regrouping box. I'm going to put a 1 here, and then I'm going to put the 4 here. I told you yesterday 1 always goes in the regrouping box. Don't put the 4 in the regrouping box because I told you it's not going to have a 4 in first grade. In first grade, the regrouping box will always be a 1. So 6 plus 8 equals 14. Now I add my tens. 1 plus 3, that equals 4. 36 plus 8 equals 44. Let's do the next one. And if I go too fast, go ahead and pause the video, and then you can always go back and recheck it one more time. Because I know sometimes I end up talking a little fast, and I can't always tell if you're keeping up because you're watching this from home. So 48 plus 5. I'm going to solve by adding my ones digit first. 8 plus 5. 8 plus 5 equals 13. I can't put a 1 and a 3 in here, so I'm going to put a 1 over here, and I'm going to put my 3 down here. It makes 13, or we can think about it this way. Remember, the 1 goes into the regrouping box. I didn't draw a regrouping box because you don't really have to. You can just imagine that there's a regrouping box there. I'm showing you how you don't even need the box. I just put the 1 there where the box would be, where a regrouping box would go. And the 3 goes into the 1 spot. So 8 plus 5 is 13. Now I'm going to add my 10s. 1 plus 4, that makes 5. 48 plus 5 is 53. So let's go ahead and do one more together. And it's going to be 79 plus 2. 9 plus 2. Do I need to regroup? Yep, because 9 plus 2 is 11. I can't put 11 in one box, so I'm going to put the 1 here in my regrouping area, my regrouping box, and the 1 from the 1 spot goes here. So 9 plus 2 equals 11, and that's where my digits go. I finished by adding my 10s. 1 plus 7, that equals 8, so my sum is 81. This one is so easy to check counting on your fingers. 79, 80, 81, so you know you're right, okay? I'm going to go ahead and do a few of the problems on the back because that's homework too. So if you want to finish this side, because there's only a few more left, you can pause the video, finish this side, and then start the video back up to practice some of the problems on the side too. Or if you just want to keep going, I'm going to show you a few of the problems from side 2. So if you take this page, flip it over, it's the same thing, just different numbers. But I want to go over a couple of them with you. So let's start with 48 plus 7. That's the first one. If you're looking at 49 plus 8, you're on the wrong page. That's tomorrow's homework. Make sure you're on the side that says 48 plus 7. All right, so 48 plus 7, I know my facts. 8 plus 7 equals 15. Remember, I start by adding my 1s. This is going over here to get regrouped. I have 5 1s left over, so that goes down there. 8 plus 7 equals 15. Now I'm going to add my 10s. 1 plus 4, that equals 5. So my sum, 48 plus 7, equals 55. All right, let's do the one right beside it. 86 plus 7. So we start by adding what? I want you to be thinking about it. What am I going to add first? 6 and 7. I'm going to add my 1s. 6 and 7 is 13, and I can't squeeze 13 here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the 3 there because those are the 3 1s that I have, and I'm going to take that 1 and put it over here in my regrouping area. Or if you want to draw a box, you can still have that as your regrouping box. Okay, so I'm going to show you on my worksheet. 6 plus 7, that equals 13. And now I'm going to add my 10s. 1 plus 8, that equals 9. So 86 plus 7 has a sum of 93. I'm going to do one more on this side with you. Let's take a look at 56 plus 9. Ooh, 9 plus 6. I got to find the sum of my 1s column. Remember, if you're thinking of your work mat, this is my 10s, these are my 1s. Okay? So we're going to start by adding my 1s. 6 plus 9, that equals 15. I'm going to regroup my 1 over there. I'm going to put my 5 1s into my 1s column. 6 plus 9 equals 15. And now I have to add my 10s. I have 1 plus 5, that equals 6. So my sum is 65. Okay? So what you're going to do now is finish the rest of this page. So we did 3 together on the back. We did 4 together on the front. The rest I'd like you to practice. You can also, if you want extra practice, you can get this work mat and you could get some dice and you could roll dice and fill in your sums or fill in your add-ins by using the numbers on your dice. That's kind of a good, fun game, a fun way to practice. Continue to practice 2-digit addition. So what you could do is roll 2 dice, or even roll 1 dice twice to get your first addend, roll dice twice, or roll 2 dice to get your second addend. And that would be a good way to continue to get practice with addition by using dice as a different way to get your addends, okay? So continue to work hard, continue to practice these skills. You can watch this video again if you get confused at what the steps are or what the strategies are. I also plan to do a Zoom conference where we're going to practice this a little bit more to make sure that you get to be experts at this, because you're definitely going to need to know that in 2nd grade. So I hope you have a super duper day, and I hope to see you soon. Take care.